What's good, everyone? This is Marcus Fingaz, Dafingaz, back with another review for the Sampleist. Before we get into that, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more great videos like the one you are about to see. And although this library was provided by the great team over at Wrong Tools, they have not been able to provide any input, and also they have not had any editing capabilities for this, and that will not affect our decision on the plugin. Today we're going to talk about Apeiron. I don't know how I'm going to say it, from Wrong Tools. What Apeiron is, or Apeiron is, it is an industrial hard techno, synth rock, and heavy electronica sample plugin. It includes industrial sample kits for aficionados of colossal basses, unbounded pads, relentless leads, overdrive drums, spooky sound effects and impactful concussions, significant drones, and mind-bending ultra distortions. It comes with 140 patches, 2,400 samples, and just over 6 gigabytes of stuff built in. And at the time of this recording, you can pick up Wrong Tools Apeiron for 59 euros. I believe that is 59 euros, 59 pounds. I think it's euros. From the Wrong Tools website. Again, you get those 140 patches, 2,400 samples, and over 6 gigabytes. This is what it sounds like using the first sound that you get in the folder from the Instruments Balance folder. You have the Age of Empires. This is right out of the box. And you start to hear you have a nice pad sound developing there. You have all these different folders here. You have the balance folder, you have bass, you have filaments, you have plucks, you have radio, you have sound design, and you also can go into each of those folders and drag and drop all these different sound NKI instruments. And then the plugin itself, you have volume control. If you're familiar with the Wrong Tools UI design, you should be familiar with this plugin, even on some of the Wrong Tools plugins we've reviewed before in the past. They're very the same or similar as far as plugin design. You have your volume and dynamics control here. If you click on the actual word, you can get some additional settings. So for example, for dynamics, you can adjust the sample start. You can have a random sample start. You can adjust the ADSR. You have reverb controls. If you click there, you can have different IR. So this one is bright. You have all those different reverbs. You can also adjust the pre-delay and the length. And then you also have the glide. So this term is the glide between notes. And actually, if you click, if you move an option, you see at the bottom, you'll see the options down here, or what the setting does at the bottom. So this will set the speed of the portamento. You have delay controls. So you can click there and open the send delay controls. You can adjust the rate and the length there. You have LFO controls. So you can adjust the low frequency oscillator, the pumper controls, retrigger, the rate, LFO pan, the shape you can adjust there. You have vibrato settings. You can adjust the speed there, and then you have a low pass filter. You can control the low pass filter. You can hold shift for precise control. So right now I can adjust the frequency here, or I can hold shift to adjust different options there. So right now, if I hold shift, I have more granular control. I'm holding down shift. You can't see it on my keyboard. But yeah, so all those options there, or you can go all the way up. And then over here, what we have is the amount of mix 1. You can also hold shift for control there. Then you have the amount of mix 2, and you can blend to taste. So let's take mix 1 out, or you can also mute here at the bottom. So this is just mix 2. And this is just mix 1. And mix 1 sounds sort of monophonic. But that might be because I adjusted the glide there. Because I adjusted the glide, that made that sound monophonic. But that is basically the settings that you get there. You have an effects button here. You can push this, and you can bring up the effects window, and you can choose the different effects you want. You basically just have to choose them and hear how they sound. I can't really tell you what each one does, but you choose it, and then you can adjust the different XY pad here, or you can learn your CC knobs to control the parameter. Oh, like a really long delay, reverb there. Different impulse responses. Yeah, And then you have your settings knob here, so you can adjust, you can click there and you can adjust all the different settings. Again, you see some of these when you click on the words here, but if you want to see them all at once, just click that button there and you can adjust those settings all at once. And also you have some master settings over here. We can adjust the custom velocity, bypass, the bend range, the transpose. And then if you click this button here, it'll show descriptions and some helpful tips for using the instrument. So you can also get access to the handbook. If you click the link there, you can go to the website. You can see the version you're on, all kinds of things there that are built into the plugin. Other than that, it's a very minimal plugin, very minimal design. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to open up the instrument here. As you can see in the window, in the plugin itself, you get all these different instruments, as I mentioned earlier. I'm just going to go through. We're going to play through some of the sounds in each of these folders, some presets, so you can hear some sounds from the plugin. Here we go. All right, so that was just playing through a few of the presets. There are a lot of presets in there. That was just going through a few of the presets in the different folders. So what we are going to do now is we're going to jump over to a demo that I created featuring Wrong Tools Apeiron. Here we go. So this is a trailer track that I am pitching for a horror trailer album this month. And of course, I had to use Wrong Tools for that because it came right on time as I was preparing for this trailer album. So I'm going to show you all the sounds that I use for this, only from the Wrong Tools Apeiron. I did use some, of course, trailer elements and trailer sounds from other libraries to enhance the sound, but we're only going to focus on the Apeiron sounds here. Starting with, we'll just start from the top here. I started with this FX Spirits Tormented sound, basically as an Act 1 sort of drone pad type thing, and this is what that's doing. So sort of like evolving over time. And then I also have the balanced, the Doomsday one playing sort of like a pad here. And then we have some notes join in towards the end of the act one or the intro there. You start hearing some of those things develop there. And then we have Spelladosa. This is like a spell sound that comes in about starting bar 5, and then it goes through to the end of the track off and on. And I'm actually playing the same note there. It's just every time I play the note, it would play the different octave. So I just played that and I liked what it was doing. And then we have this breath control, which is actually under the track. You don't really hear it much, but just adding some sort of breath layer. Then I have it sort of doubling towards the end here. But this is what the sound sounds like. Then at the end here, I have the octaves. So you have all that going on. And then let's go to the creepy charm, doing like a little bell type melody. And that's just one note I'm holding down. And then over here towards the sort of latter half of the track, the end of the track, I have sort of a descending scale going down. We'll start here. One thing to mention is this track in particular, I didn't do it on purpose, but when I started creating it, it just ended up happening. It starts off a half note in a key half step lower, and then once you get to about I think bar 17 or maybe bar 19, it goes up a half step. I don't know why. The sounds just started playing those notes, and that's just how it came out. And let's go to Terrors of War here, playing this. So yeah, just playing a weird melody. You sort of hear it come out towards the end here. That low sort of drone there that you hear, you don't really hear it in the mix because I have a lot of other low things happening, but it does help to just have that there, maybe just so I know that it's there. We'll jump down here to the dead cymbal that comes in sort of towards the middle, halfway through the track. So really quick sound, but it just adds that creepy, eerie layer to everything in the mix. And then we have two more things to go. We have Scary Metal, which we'll play here, which comes towards the Act 3. And then you can hear that descending scale starting here. So you have all that going on. And then we have Not to Be Messed With. So this sound is like a really, really, I like the title of the sound, but then it's just a really creepy, eerie sound, and that's doing this. We'll play the descending thing starting here. And a lot of these are actually not quantized. I either forgot to quantize or just didn't, and I was like, I'll just leave it, and it's going to be off. So you can hear some of those notes are slightly off the tempo and not exactly on beat. But yeah, that is the nature of the biz. I think I showed Metallic Freeze, but just in case, I'm going to just play this thing. We'll play it over here. Just it comes in twice in the song. Just a little sort of sonic enhancement thing, but it started off kind of loud, and then it brought it back down and started fading it in a little bit more. So that is the gist of it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play maybe from bar 29 here through to the end, only the Wrong Tools Apeiron stuff, and then towards the end I'll bring in everything. So here we go. So that is the demo that I created for Wrong Tools Apeiron, featuring Wrong Tools Apeiron. Great sounds for some synthetic sort of industrial sample kit. Of course, you have those bass sounds that you heard. You have some pads, you have some leads, some drums, some sound effects, some impactful sounds. You'll find a great home for these sounds in sort of those eerie horror trailer sounds, or horror trailer or horror cues that you're working on for sync, as you heard in this trailer cue that I created. Also, you're getting, again, 140 patches, over 2,000 samples, over 6 gigabytes, all for 59 under 60 sort of euro pound type pricing. So great library. Would I change anything in the plugin itself? I'm a huge fan of just using the real estate that's in the plugin, so I wouldn't mind if some of the options, the font and things, were larger. And of course, as you know, I am a huge fan of a randomized button. I would love for the plugin to have a randomized button built in, so that I can just hit the random button and it'll bring in a random sound. And also, it would be nice if Wrong Tools was able to bring those presets over in as snapshots, so that I didn't have to drag them in from the Finder window or, you know, an external window. If they were just all built into the Contact, I can just open up the Contact instance and I can click the drop down for the snapshots, and all those presets would be there. Of course, I can save them on my own, but that would take time on my end. So it would be nice if Wrong Tools could look into that and make life just a little bit easier for us music creators. But the plugin itself, the sounds themselves are incredible. There's some great pads in there that you can use as an Act 1 for trailers, some great sound effects in there, some great leads and things like that. So shout out to Wrong Tools for providing this to us to review for you. And also shout out to you for watching this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the Sampleist, this channel, for more great videos like this on YouTube. And